In 2017, Susan Fowler, a former engineer at Uber, published a blog that shook the tech industry. On this blog, Susan described her experiences with extensive gender discrimination and sexual harassment at the company. Despite her complaints, Uber's management and human resources department ultimately failed to correct said issues, which led to a toxic environment. Susan's story, titled Reflecting on One Very Strange Year at Uber, which can be found on her blog, became a starter for conversations regarding gender inequality in the tech industry, specifically that of gender pay gap. Pay inequality in the tech industry specifically is a prevalent issue that weakens the integrity of the tech industry and economic fairness, an issue that demands attention and resolution. Gender inequality, especially in terms of pay difference, is a very important issue that not only affects those involved, but also society as a whole. According to a study conducted by the American Association of University Women, women in the tech industry earn significantly less than their male counterparts, even when controlling for factors such as experience and education. This discrepancy not only undercuts the principles of fairness and equality, but also has extensive economic associations, as reported by the Association of University Women in their The Simple Truth About the Gender Pay Gap, published in November 2023. Today, I will discuss the problems of the gender pay gap, particularly in the tech industry, delve into the causes of this inequality, and propose solutions that can help create a more fair working environment. The gender pay gap in the tech industry is an issue that is well documented and has a lot of evidence to back it. According to a report by the National Center for Women and Information Technology, women in computing occupations earn 87% of what men make. This discrepancy continues regardless of women getting higher levels of education and entering the workforce at high numbers. The National Center for Women and Information Technology report, Women in Tech, The Facts, emphasizes that this pay gap is not so much an issue of having different job roles, but is in coexistence with men and women having similar positions in the same company and very similar qualifications. Another source supporting this claim is a study published by the Seattle Times. This study found that 63% of the time, men were offered higher salaries than women for the same role at the same company. This study, called Women in Tech Get Offered Lower Salaries But Then Can Come to an End, and published in 2020, asserts that the pay gap is common even in job offers, demonstrating systemic biases in the hiring process. There are several components that add to this issue of gender pay gap in the tech industry. One of these major components is this concept of the motherhood penalty. This concept is when women are often chastened in terms of career advancement and opportunities and salary increments after having children. According to a study conducted by the Duke University Press called Motherhood Penalties and Fatherhood Premiums, published in 2021, with this concept, companies implicitly strengthen traditional gender roles, making men feel a greater sense to provide for the family and compelling women to spend more time on domestic work. Mothers in tech and every other workplace are perceived as less committed to their careers, which impacts their earnings and opportunities for promotion. Some argue that pay inequality is a result of difference in experience or education. However, evidence suggests that this explanation does not fully account for the discrepancy in pay. This is well noted in the 2021 article, The Gender Pay Gap, an IT issue that must get fixed, published by Chief Information Officer magazine. The article points out an important point, that is being, women need even more qualifications to successfully land a job than men do. This implies that women need advanced degrees, additional certifications, or more sophisticated experience to compete with men for an equal role, and even then are more likely to land junior roles with these qualifications. Acknowledging and bridging the gender pay gap in the tech industry requires a varied way of approach. As a start, companies should implement transparent salary practices. An example of this is Salesforce, who, according to their company news article called Our 2023 Annual Quality Update, Where We Are and Where We're Going, published in February 2023, has spent $5.6 million to address any unexplained differences in employee pay globally and will conduct their next audit in the next months. The company CEO, Mark Benioff, has been an advocate for pay equality and has set a standard within the industry with this equal pay for equal work mindset. Under the solution is to encourage working arrangements that are flexible and that support employee work-life balance, especially for parents. According to a post titled The Gender Pay Gap in Tech, How Do We Close It?, published by Women in Technology, flexible working schedules have given a lifeline of having more time to juggle work and home life at the same time, ultimately encouraging women to remain at work and, most importantly, thrive in areas where they are highly skilled. This means that women no longer have to choose between giving up their job or cutting their hours as a part-time employee. So, today, I have carefully laid out the continuous issue of the gender pay gap in the tech industry, examined why the issue exists in the first place, and proposed a couple of viable solutions that can bridge this inequality. It is very necessary that we recognize and focus on the gender pay gap issue within the tech industry and in other general job roles by making sure that the transparent salary practice and flexible work schedules are incorporated into all workforce roles. We can build and sustain an equitable work environment for everyone. Thank you.